Hello, my friends, my family, my fellow artists, my fellow veterans, my fellow actors, my fellow musicians, my fellow boaters, and my fellow dog lovers. Welcome to blog number, I think this is 31. Of course, we're coming to you from a different perspective today. We're in a pool, and Kibo likes to swim with me. I forgot to mention last week, my granddaughter and great-grandchildren in Kansas, they're also artists. And I like to see their work. My dad and my grandfather were artists, but my great-great-grandfather was from County Cork in Ireland. And according to history, he was royalty, and he's the same name as me, Lawrence Oleary. And there's allegedly a stone in County Cork with his name on it, and he was an artist. If anybody knows him or seen the stone or wants to send me a picture, I would love that. I've never been to Ireland. I forgot to mention also that my mom taught us dancing, and I grew up the oldest of 5 boys, and we were all dancers. We loved dancing. My days of dancing are limited now. We would dance every Sunday. My dad loved country music, so that's why I can play so many old classic country music songs. But I also play every genre of music, just about. A little tip for those who say, people said, how do you learn so much? There's a 21-day rule. If you spend 21 days trying to do anything, like I'll do that on the guitar, I'll work on a lick for 21 days, and then I'll have it down perfect. Pretty much that with art. If you got to draw something, you're trying to draw, like feet and hands are very difficult. Spend 21 days on just drawing a couple of fingers. Also, teaching is the best way to learn. If you teach, you have to repeat everything that you learn, and I teach a lot, and I found that as a great thing. I also, I'm an alumni with Rhode Island School of Design, and I would love to talk to anybody who's studying how to market art and wants to represent me, maybe. Do an internship or a class. Let's see, I have a cool recipe for a great snack that I learned from my cousin. Somebody asked me what kind of snacks I like. I take hint of lime chips, put a couple drops of olive oil on it. I put some extra sharp cheddar cheese on it and a little piece of pepperoni. Probably not the healthiest thing, but it really tastes good, and it's a big hit at the parties. I got a question. How long did it take me to get from Rhode Island to Florida, and weather, speed, and fuel? It cost me about $8,000, $10,000 in fuel. Then there's dockage. I spent probably almost 80 days because I took it easy. It depends on if you go fast. If you want to do over 1,500 RPMs, you're going to be burning a lot of fuel. So I kept it around 800, but you got to watch the weather. And I left in November, so I had storms and all kinds of things that made me have to stay in some ports for a while. Oh yeah, some of you have told me, hey, I can't find some blogs. Well, they were removed. I either said something I shouldn't have said, which I didn't really look into it, or I had somebody famous in the picture, and I had to take it off because somebody who was very well known was in there. Oh, my friend Gene, by the way, I made a reference in the Bible about God gave us the leaf of the tree for medicine and the herb of the fruit of the tree for food. It was found in several places. Well, in Revelations 22.2, my friend Gene told me about that. Now, I learned that in the School of Natural Healing in Utah. I was asked too, what do my paintings have to say? Well, my paintings, they say something different, but they come from my heart and spirit. There's a piece of my spirit in everything I do. It's everything related to me. Spiritually, scientifically, metaphysically, mystical, connected movement, evolution, mathematical, mental experiences, yin and yang, ferocious, tranquil, deep, soft, subtle, invoking, dark, light, inspirational, and message bearing. Every piece has some sort of a message bearing. So that's an answer to the person who said, I feel I feel invoking color, experimentation, radical thought, and provoking a different message, experience, and emotion for each viewer. Not everybody sees the same thing when you view a piece of art. A piece of art, you have to say, how does that make me feel? Or why am I interested in it? And look at art that you don't always normally look at and study it. I'm very, very connected with nature and all living things, and constant inspiration and amazement. I'm an adventurer, thus the title, The Life and Adventures of Captain Larry and Kibo. Now Kibo's sitting in my lap in this pool. He's going to take a little swim in a minute. I love working in oils. I work in all different mediums. I like oils because it moves across the canvas very nicely. I can move the paint around well. I love the smell, the feel. It blends and it mixes very well. I feel that oil's the best for chroma and valued graduations. I get softer shadows with oil than I would with acrylic or watercolor. And I like the oils because I can make changes as I go along. And I almost always play with paint with music going on. Boat knowledge. This was another question. Accidents are happening more frequently. People are getting killed, badly hurt. Do a float plan if you go out. What is a float plan? You tell somebody where you're going, where you're going to stop. A float plan is letting somebody on land know where you're going, what you're going to be doing in case something happens. And if somebody can't get a hold of you, and they at least know where you're going or where you've been. Get training. The Coast Guard Auxiliary. I'm a Coast Guard auxiliarist. We do boat training. It's free. It will teach you how to read the water. You don't drive a car before you learn what a stop sign is, a yield sign is, the right side of the road. The same thing with boating. There's rules just like that. So take some classes. Anyway, remember, what's really important, those you love, the last thing you want to tell them is, I love you. And I want to thank all my friends and my fellow veterans and my fellow artists and my fellow musicians and my fellow actors and my fellow boaters and my fellow martial artists. I do a lot of things, like I say. And please, if you've got questions, send them to me. They'll be in next week's blog. I love you all. Take care. Kibo's going to take a little swim now. Go ahead, Kibo. You can swim. And yeah, that's a good boy. I'm coming to you, bud.